Hey everyone, happy Friday. Correction, happy Juneteenth Friday. Yes, today is Juneteenth. Let's go. Freedom Day for all Americans who were freed on this day. I will say, if you do not know about Juneteenth, where have you been? Are you under a rock? To really explain Juneteenth, I would say one of the best things to watch is an episode of Blackish. Blackish really went in on one episode of Juneteenth. I love Blackish. That was one of my favorite shows to watch. So if you go back, it's probably on YouTube or maybe Netflix or something like that. Whatever streaming network they're broadcasting Blackish still. Check out the episode of Juneteenth. It explains what it is, how it happened. So that is something definitely to check out. A lot of things are going on for June though. June has a lot of celebrations during the whole month. Happy Pride. It's Pride Month. It is also the month of, oh, wait a minute. Father's Day is coming up this weekend. Happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers and dads who are out there going above and beyond for their children, nephews, godsons, goddaughters, whatever the case may be. We appreciate you all the time. June is also when the first day of summer starts. So a lot goes on in June, I will say. But one thing that we should definitely touch on that goes on is June. Last month in May is Mental Health Awareness Month. But just like, we celebrate our fathers for June, June is also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So it's strictly for the men to recognize what they do for their mental health and how they take care of themselves. And I think that is very important for us to support that and find out what men are doing to make sure that they're bettering themselves in their lives. I want to first say thank you to some men that I know, great male friends that I know, who I asked about men's mental health awareness because that's something I want to touch on for this episode. So this is not going to be a long episode, of course. I I honestly will try to keep all my episodes under 30 minutes, depends on what I'm talking about. So for this episode, for men's mental health, I had to, of course, what did I do? Reach out to some men. And I think that makes sense because what better way to support our men than to talk to our men? So I had to reach out to a few, and I want to thank my special friend Brandon and my special friend Lamont. And I'm also going to give a little honorable mention to my brother Antoine, who gave me a little bit of information, but not much. Thank you, Antoine. Haha. But I definitely want to say that reaching out to them and asking them what they do for their mental health, I think is important because who else to learn from men than men or learn of what men do than men? So I definitely want to touch light on that. Some things that were suggested that they do for their mental health, and these things I think are very important, things that we all should be doing, is pray, regularly attend Bible study, journal, and exercise. And I think those things are very important to do, especially praying. And of course, I mentioned before I like to journal. So I think that's great to find out that men are doing that out here. And of course, to keep our health and wellness going, we definitely have to do some form of exercise. I am trying to be consistent with my exercising myself. So I think that is very important that we definitely do that. And I know more men definitely go out there and exercise, whether it's early in the morning, after work. Men definitely get it in when it comes to workouts. So that's much appreciated to know that they're still out there doing that. And I think that's very important. And some other things that were mentioned, do something specifically and only for yourself. Take care of yourself. And that's so important because how can you take care of someone else until you take care of yourself? We sometimes put ourselves on the back burner, and I think that does not help us down the line as we get older, because how are we going to tend to others if we're also need tending to? So taking care of yourself, I think, in a selfish manner is very important. Traveling. Yes, you have to travel. And my friend Lamont said, we get so wrapped up in our day to day, it gets hard to see what a world exists outside our bubble. That are some true words for sure. You have to travel, you have to learn other cultures, learn what else is going, taste different foods, get to know a different environment. I think that's very important. Where even if you're traveling alone, traveling with friends, family, traveling outside the United States, I think that's very important to travel. Meditate. Sit in silence for 5 minutes at least daily. My meditation, I will say, is when I'm praying and in my thoughts and talking about things. But yes, meditation is very important. I really support that. And this is a big one. Thank you, Lamont, for this one. Leave them unhealthy relationships alone. Don't go seeking them out. You know which ones. That is so true. I amen to that, brother, because some relationships has got to be left alone. And the word at the end of that word is what? Ships. So ships sail. That's what they're supposed to do. So sometimes you got to sail away. It's as simple as that. Friendships, relationships with opposite sex, your partner, even some family. And it happens. And it is what it is. Some friendships you outgrow, some family you outgrow, and relationships with that partner you outgrow. It happens. And I also have seen where men, they definitely say they want peace at home, because your day might get so hectic and then you come home and you're still dealing with things that are making it even more hectic. So I know that peace is something very important. Peace. And I'm going to say this, but as a female, I know it is something we got to work on. Accountability. I have worked on it myself. I'm still working on it, but men want us to take accountability and give them peace. And again, I will say that has to be reciprocated as well, because if you're want it, you also have to give it. So there's nothing wrong with that. But please make sure that you are giving us peace as well. Stressing, no one wants to be stressed out. I believe no one wants to be stressed out. And sometimes things come up, things happen, whether at work, in your family, things happen. Nobody's perfect. No day can always be perfect. So I really think that peace and keeping things on a cool level as much as possible is very important. I think with men's mental health, we have to make sure that we are actually um, communicating. Men should be communicating with each other. Um, I know there are men's groups out there, whether you're talking to a therapist or you're hanging with your friends, and it maybe not be your friends. Maybe you need to go to a different type of group where it's strangers or someone or a group of people that don't know you that well, but you guys have been through some type of same situation. And so those men's group can become very important outside of your actual friends group. But definitely having that bond with friends or even close family members, whether it's cousins, your brothers, things of that nature, I think are very important. But communication is so important. And since we're almost ending June, which is crazy, can't believe June is almost gone. But since we're almost ending June, I think these last few days of June, we should definitely talk to any male person in your life that you feel like might need to sit down and have a conversation with. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Do you need anything? Do you want to go out for a cup of coffee, cup of tea? You want to go for a walk? We can just sit down and have a conversation about something. Let me know. I'm reaching out. Hope all is well. It could be someone you haven't talked to in a while. It could be your father, your uncle, whatever the case may be. But I think just opening up that or giving that olive branch to somebody is very important. As women, we can do it. As another man can do it. Why not? Sure, like I stated, men should be talking to men, because if it's men's mental health awareness month, shouldn't men collaborate together and talk about what they have going on together? It should not be bottled up and just thrown away and you just let it go by for the rest of the day. That's not what we should be doing. If we're going to keep communicating, men have to communicate with each other. And also, please, men, I will say this on my point, my side of it, communicate with your partner. I think that's very important. Communicate with your partner. We want to hear from you. We want to see what's going on, but you also have to open up to us. You also have to be willing to talk to us, because if you want to do things for yourself, you're praying, you're exercising, you're meditating, and you want to keep a peace of mind, tell us what you want us to do to help you keep that peace of mind, to help you get through your day. What else is it that you want from us? Because I think that's very important to establish that type of bond with your partner or with somebody in your life that you feel is special to you. I think that's very important, because honestly, women, we should not want to stress our men out. And we know that ain't no one's perfect. Everyone done been through something with somebody. But if it is someone that you trying to work things out with and things just don't seem like they're on the up and up this time, maybe a conversation needs to be had to find out why. And I think that's something great. So again, I want to thank the guys who have given me information on what to say on this podcast. I think I appreciate that so much. I hope that these conversations continue. I hope that we continue to have opposite sex conversations and what one can do with each other to make things right or make things better down the line for us. As we get older, people change, your personality change, your ways might change, but every day should be a day where you're just bettering yourself. Every day should be a day where we're trying to help each other out, help our men out. Us as women help you out, men, you as men help us as women out. I think that's so important. Also, again, I hope everyone has a fantastic, if you're a father figure, hope you have a fantastic Father's Day weekend. If you want to email me, you can definitely send me an email for my podcast, of course. I'm definitely open to more conversations, and that is toyastnt@gmail.com. Again, Toya's TNT with the word and spelled out at gmail.com. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube or also on Spotify where I broadcast my podcast. I look forward to the next episode, which again, I try to post every first and third Friday of the month. And let's continue to have a wonderful, happy Juneteenth. Let's have a wonderful Father's Day weekend. And let's continue to support our men for men's mental health. Hope everyone have a great weekend, a great day. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.